best when it's locked behind being a profession.
I'm coming. So
Say it's a good introduction or something. I don't know.
also, so uh, the meaning of life. Like, what am I doing here? What is the meaning of life in the Western philosophy? Included, like it's either Aristotle or Socrates. I don't remember which. They explain it as like life is meant to be in the pursuit of happiness. Like that's how your life should be spent. It's in the pursuit of happiness. That's the meaning of life. But in Russian philosophy, it's the pursuit of purpose because you will continue through pain and misery in order to get to a purpose that you're following.
Is that why they
But
like
if you are
communism?
just simply looking at happiness, then that's not the proper way of looking. Which I do agree with their philosophy because I like for you should have the part of the human experience is experiencing the evils to know the joys, and then because of that we can live in eternal gratification, eternal goodness, because we have once experienced all the evils. Even Jesus went to hell for a few days.
40 days and 40 nights in the desert of temptations. Whoa. Do you think they had weed in there?
That what a question. So you know what's funny?
Dude, I bet they had that fucking Albanian Kush.
Not to I'm not shitting, like I'm not trying to disprove any religions or anything like that, but
See, this is how you know it's loaded.
there's a really cool video by After School. It's AFTERSKOOL, and it is pretty badass. And look, it's called it's either like the greatest mystery in the world, but if you look up the Kukion mystery, KUKEON mysteries, and then at like After School, it'll show up, and it's badass, and it explains that a lot of these ancient philosophers, like they all believed in these gods and like everything, and like the like so like 10 of the smartest people to ever exist in the world that we hold like to be badass are from the same city at the same time in history. And why is that?
Talking about
And so
Rome?
that's a question to hold. And so, well, one of those things is like they all took part in this ritual known as Kukion, but there's no, like, it was very secretive, so secretive that it's like not mentioned but like twice in ancient texts. And all of these people though were documented to have gone into these types of rituals and met God pretty much, and they believe them to be psychedelic rituals because they've traced a specific like psychedelic to be in the like wines of the time, and it was like in this specific like um place.
Is it
And
K Y
so
E K E O N?
Kukeon.
Alright, this is KYKEON.
It could be. So that's one thing we're talking about, Greek to English, so it could I could be misspelling it.
I'm reading about
And
it.
it
Sorry, continue.
yeah, no, and that's the thing, like there's a psychedelic in it, in these in these cups from that time, and they all preached a similar message in terms of meeting God through death. And like so that's where I believe like meditation and prayer are the same thing, because like one thing, like what is it, the orgasm is tiny death. And so like the Karma Sutra, it's you're enlightening yourself by aligning your chakras with God
Dude, we just
in
got run
that
up on.
moment.
Sorry.
How do I do the voice thing
We
to
just
where he
got
can hear me?
run up by a gang of four. We're
What what
discussing philosophy.
what do I click to do the voice to where they can hear me?
I don't know. We were just sitting here like scholars on two things, standing here talking to each other while facing ourselves in game. Oh, fuck.
And so when you like in these mysteries of the Kukion mysteries, there's these things where basically like they all took this one psychedelic and then afterwards preached about meeting God in a way, and in through this like in through this like beautiful ceremony, they somehow came out with these different messages that all somehow like kind of interline. And one of the people suspected of doing one of these mysteries, of doing like the ritual of the Kukion, is actually Jesus. And so it's just a very interesting like take on it. Like I
found it interesting because it's also mentioned in the Iliad.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like Homer, like another guy from like that time, that mentions kind of a style of ritual that somehow led to some form of enlightenment
Also,
through the ingestion of.
For context, the mysteries that you're referring to are called the Eleusinian mysteries. They're
Yeah, I
Dylan,
I
let me
always say it
fucking
wrong.
Spell it out.
All right, spell it out. Sorry.
God damn it! Sorry. That was the old me. Eleusinian. Sorry. I apologize.
Son of a bitch.
First. I'm sorry, you gave me PTSD to my mom. She has a tendency to talk over me.
But yeah, these mysteries are pretty badass. So, like it's one of the, like the more interesting videos where like when I was like right after my dad died, and I was living with just a few stoners and just going to college, and like didn't have anything like in life that like excited me. I was watching that like a video about that, and it was like one of the first times I could like be like, oh, philosophy's cool again. And like only now, like 3.5 years later, am I getting to where like I can actually read some philosophy again, and I can actually take it in and just be like, man, let me think about this, instead of feeling some form of just absolute fear and like it's just some kind of anxiety when I read philosophy. Sometimes like it just comes about very deeply. And so like yeah, within the past few months actually of therapy and working out again, and I've actually been able to start like watching videos on philosophy again and reading some. It's been really interesting to like I'm finally like 3/4 of the way back after all this.
There's a theory
all this time.
that Kukion is the original, like one of the original found versions of psychedelics, such as magic mushrooms, or there's another theory that it comes from DMT.
Yeah, no, that's like I think it does.
I mean, yeah, that is a pretty big theory about Jesus being being whenever he was like in the 3 days of hell, or when he was wandering around.
No, the like 40 days and 40 nights of like going away,
Dylan?
And then just coming back with this new like this message of like I'm gonna go meet God, and we should all die. Like we should all like be excited to meet God and go through whatever suffering's necessary to meet Him.
You think Jesus just cut people off while they were talking?
Probably, if they were gay, or they ate pork, or if they had once masturbated, if they were prostitutes or fishermen, if they were gluttonous.
Those are the people that he liked.
You mean to tell me modern Christians don't have the exact correct interpretation of the Bible?
90% of them don't. That's correct.
Now, what in the fuck has that been? We're over here trying to make a fucking good Christian podcast that has no problems. None. No problems with
I'm just
any
gonna
of
say it
our
now.
fucking people.
I'm going to say it now. Baptists, kind of stupid.
My fist is actually shaking right now. I'm so fucking pissed at you. You're such a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit.
Look, it's not
You
my
judge
fault.
me? You piece of shit. My God says not to judge. And you judge me?
It's not my fault.
You piece of shit. I hope you burn in hell.
It's not my fault. There's people that actually believe that women are beneath men because they come from the rib cage.
Yeah, all right. So that was actually a conversation I had with a Baptist guy. Was like, yeah, he said that, and I was like, we always were taught that they came from the rib because that's side by side.
It's
Like
literally
women and
in the
men are side
middle.
by side.
It's
Yeah.
literally in the middle. You can't be more equal than in the middle.
Yeah, I don't get it, Chief. I also did think forever that men had one more rib than women, or that men had one less rib than women, but that's untrue. But it's I thought it because the Bible said it.
That's the Bible.
The Bible. I like the Bible. Me and him actually argued a lot. Because I was like, I was, we were sitting there one day and I was like, yeah, dude, if you're like one of those retards that like believes creationism is like somehow viable, and he was like, I was like, young Earth theory is pretty retarded. We're like, oh, we're like 6,000 years old, and he's like, I believe in young Earth theory, and I was like, yeah, well, your church is kind of retarded. And believe it or not,
believe women are fucking beneath us. I'm like, oh
yeah, and believe it or not, when you have those two conversations with somebody, they don't really talk to you much after that. Well, it's funny. Me and him were in the fraternity together, but like we loved each other there, but like we didn't really fuck with each other outside of that. It was so funny because he would get so pissy about that. Because also, like, I don't know, like I don't.
The worst part is fucking people that don't question anything and they just blindly believe what anybody tells them. Don't shoot the robot. What the fuck was that?
I did. I got me a possum.
Damn.
Get that possum. Run over there.
There's a rabbit. There isn't a rabbit. There's another rabbit.
You have to watch that through my screen whenever this comes through. Please watch it through my screen because you go, there's a rabbit, and then there's just a gunshot in front of your face.
Anyway, genocide.
Dude, I did leg day yesterday, and it was my first time being up underneath the squat rack in many, many years. And motherfucker are my legs Dunyan rings right now.
I have a question.
I was just like, dude, I'm not gonna get any more sore. Like I'm over the soreness. And then I go hard as fuck in the gym, and I go, I still get sore. What's wrong? That's the thing you forget about football is you're literally sore every day, but you're like, oh no, I'm used to it.
I'm okay. Alright. Anyway, but no. Like, I don't understand how people can just blindly believe what any Joe Schmo preacher says to them, like they have some kind of fucking degree in Christianity.
Even if they didn't, you know what's funny is that a lot of them do. Like, you know, like Martin Luther King, his doctorate was in theology, so you can get a doctorate in theology.
I think Martin Luther King.
I'm not putting Martin Luther King down like he was one of those. I'm sorry. I know that could be misinterpreted. I took that. I just meant it as like just an example of a person that got their doctorate in theology.
I'm gonna fucking punch you in the nuts the next time I see you.
I technically speaking have the all of the credits to have a degree in philosophy and theology, which I tried to do, but my college, for some reason, in the middle of me being there, took away their theology major.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this: you also got all the credits for pissing me off. Now get over here.
You told me to stay here.
Yeah. While I was fucking.
While you were fucking.
No.
While you were fucking who? You fucking not me, bitch.
Damn it, Dylan! Stop cutting me off. I just made the.
You're really starting to piss me off.
You're making me make the room echo, Dylan. You see what fucking happens?
You see what happened to you fucking stranger in the ass, Donnie?
I fucking lost my train of thought now, thanks to you. I don't know where I was going with that. Fuck! Dude, I can hear this cat meow non-stop. Anyway, What I was saying about Martin Luther King is, considering he was a proponent of the civil rights movement, I feel like he has better. It's more legitimate to hear him speak about theology than some fucking preacher that tells you women are less than men because they come from the fucking rib bone in the middle of the body.
I do. No, I agree. I agree. I agree. But so that's.
You don't have the same protection as foundation.
Oh, really?
You know what I have to say?
Protection.
Fucking bitch.
Stupid bitch.
Bitch fucker.
We don't have the same protection as about you there. Yeah. You don't have the same protection for me.
You know, I don't
I've
consider myself a very progressive person, and I feel like it is a very idiotic thing for me to have to sit here and say that there are grown-ass adults that think that women are still less than men.
Yeah, so that's like one funny thing like with all this is that like that's like what when you hear me say like I think I'm a pretty liberal person, it's because like a lot of these philosophies in like the very very staunch conservative ways would be considered liberal and progressive. Who's shooting up here? It's not us.
Roaches. Oh, they're ticks! They're ticks! We can't kill this guy. He's a chef. Dylan, he's a chef! No! How dare you? I can't help you on this one.
I'm leaving. If I just run away, will they forget? I guess we'll find out.
No, there's a tick eating my foot. Cat's
Stop.
Just,
Stop pursuing me.
This cat's just.
In the name of the law.
This cat's just sitting here in the middle of the floor trying to. God damn it! Alright.
Inshallah! Stop pursuing me!
I'm about to commit war crimes in this room. Babe.
The chef man will not let me go.
Alright, Dylan, fine, okay. Can we put the little cat outside,
I'm trying.
please? In the hallway?
Just let it go. Look, it's in heat. Let it go do whatever it needs to do and then come back. Stop following me!
I can't wait to come to listen to this playback on when I'm editing, and it's just like.
Is it from your side?
Yeah,
Or you mean your cat? Oh, the cat.
yeah.
That's fine.
Dude, she's so fucking loud I can hear her through my headphones. Did you not hear her for the last, like, 10 minutes? How is she so loud? She's tiny and annoying. Oh, they died next to each other.
Did you kill the chef?
No, I killed I killed this upstanding American citizen. That was a pretty good.
That was pretty good.
Ha 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 ha! Ah ha ha ha! Joe Rogan, you so funny.
I received text.
Sorry, my fucking
Ben.
phone turned off. What?
They hit the second tower.
No! No! They hit the Pentagon!
Guys, I'm sorry I have to be the one to announce this, but 23 years ago they hit a fucking tower!
They hit the power 24 years ago, dude. Alright. Do we talk to these fucking people, or do we just... God. This entire podcast is just us talking about Greek fucking psychedelics and me bitching about a cat. I'm telling you, dude, I need a new fucking cord for my mic, or I need to get one of those. Oh, it's the chef. What are you doing? Why are you making these noises at me? Dylan? I can't tell if you can hear me or not. Can you hear me?
No.
Well, ramen ain't on the menu. Now,
No?
how do
Okay.
you like your ragtag cut?
Thank God.
You son of a bitch! I was ordering from this man.
Sorry, I didn't know you could do that.
The fuck is this?
Here, you want a tick blood sack instead?
Riri.
Will we? Alright. Let's go. So who do you think is the closest to being, like, actually having a good word for about God? Huh?
I am very torn. Between. So I believe Buddhism as a philosophy and as a
Oh.
lifestyle
I meant
is
specifically.
actually the best lifestyle to adopt, but I think when it comes to like the afterlife, really none of them are super close, but maybe Eastern Orthodox Catholic.
I meant
like that.
person.
Oh, who's the closest to the afterlife?
No, who's the closest to, like, having the most philosophically accurate teaching that aligns with what Christianity was actually trying to say?
Oh. Let's see. Lewis wasn't bad. What's the guy?
C.S.
That's the
Lewis?
yeah, the guy that wrote The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Okay.
Saint Thomas Aquinas. Thomas Aquinas is pretty fucking great. Kierkegaard is more in like how like living your life. Kierkegaard's pretty good. He believes that faith and knowledge are inversely proportional, and I do find that to be pretty true in a lot of ways. Like that makes sense to me.
I like that.
So like the more knowledge I have, like technically speaking, the less faith I have. Not blind faith in a way, perhaps. But I do believe educated faith is
Talking about?
what you should have, because blind faith is what has led to things like the Holocaust. But educated faith and knowledgeable faith and like, hey, asking questions, hey, this doesn't seem morally correct, and having an ethical standard that's just kind of inherently built into you in some ways. These things come from, you know, asking questions.
Yeah.
So not having blind faith.
I mean, that's what we were just talking about. That's like one of the bigger issues with Christianity in general, is that so many people do just have that blind faith and will listen to what
Yeah.
any idiot tells them to.
Yeah, Kierkegaard, I think I like what he says, but I think people take it more as like, oh, I want to have faith, and it's like, no, you should have knowledge. And then see, like I think I like it. So like when it comes to in my philosophy, there are two conclusions, and there is either a God or there is not a God. And so from that, you can trace back like the beginning of the universe, and at that point, time and matter and energy all transpired to somehow create what is now the universe, where me and you are speaking on a computer about this right now.
Isn't
And
that
so
wild?
I can run that backwards to the beginning of the universe and say, at that point, either something to which I, as a human who has only ever experienced everything that exists to have a creator, can then say, we're that thing that doesn't have a creator. Or I can say, we are that thing that has a creator. So at that point, we are either a byproduct of something that created us or not. And so either there is a God or there's not.
I'm for my money, I'm gonna say more than likely there is, because it just seems like there's an awful lot of coincidence to happen.
Yeah, and
For
in
there to
my
not be
eyes, it
one.
makes more. It seems more logically true that there would be a god.
I like your
Then they're
sense.
not.
I don't know if you were the one that said it or there was another person that said it, but I really like the quote where, you told me, where it's like you have to have a lot more faith to believe that we came from nothing than to believe that we came from something.
Yeah, I've heard that multiple times. With, like Pete Holmes, he's a comedian, and like he kind of does philosophical things. I sent you one earlier. He looks like he's built exactly
Is
like.
that what you're talking about?
Yeah, sorry, didn't mean to say that guy's full name.
Yeah, here we go. Now I gotta fucking edit again.
Edit. Here, I'll make a loud noise
Wait,
so you
hold
know
on.
to edit.
He had his own podcast. Dude, I'm gonna
Yeah,
I'm gonna rip that sound bite out of this video and make it. You need to like record of me. You need to like make me a specific recording of that. No, who the fuck is shooting at me? Who's this fucking Blood Eagle guy? Oh my
Of what
god,
noise?
dude! The eat. Fucked up, Dylan. I need some backup over here, dude. I'm not okay. This dog's eating my ass right now, dude. Alright, I ate the dog's ass. Everything's fine.
I ate the dog ass.
All
Who's
right.
the blood eagle?
Dead as hell, that's what.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
I did not have sexual relations with that blood eagle.
Why is the dog moving after it's dead?
We'll call it a glitch in the Matrix. How about that?
Are you dead?
No, I'm down here.
I'm talking to the dog.
Oh, the dog's got some dog meat. Mm.
Do you see the dog moving?
No, I don't.
It stopped moving. I shot it in the head
It's
and
got
its chest a few more
spindly
times.
web around it of gross ickiness. Its foot's missing. No, it's not.
I may have came.
Oh no, its foot is missing. Ew.
Ben, I'm actively telling you I'm no longer your friend. Ben, I can't be your friend. You said a word that offends me because,
Well,
reasons.
That's tough, Jack. Oh, dude, hat. Give me that hat.
I thought you would give up more of a fight.
No.
I loved you. I loved you.
I wasn't worth it?
And all you gave back to me was a, oh, you bitch. You're lucky I can't fucking shoot you in this game.
You're lucky I can't fucking smell. Smell.
Dude, what the fuck is this? This looks like a bench for a giant to sit on. It's crazy. Tell me the Big Show shouldn't sit on this bench.
That's a thing for holding wood when you're logging.
That's a bench for the Big Show.
Sure.
Well, it's the Big Show. It's the
heard-
big
he
man
was an
show
asshole.
now.
And I heard that.
I say, well, it's a big show. It's a big man show now.
To protect all of the ears of our listeners, those 4 people, I think we should not sing as much anymore.
Did you just... Did... Did you just... Are you breaking up with me?
No, I just said you shouldn't sing anymore.
What?